What's going on YouTube? Roxas, the Torterra here, and today we are bringing you some Pokemon Showdown battles. Okay, so this is going to be the last video using our Mega Blastoise team. It's been fun, but we got to move on and get to a new team. But this video, this battle right here is crazy. I couldn't believe the outcome of what happened, but if you're paying attention to Twitter, you'll see why. You'd know why basically what happened. Okay, so let's get into the team update right now, because we did change, like, I think, let me see, we changed one thing. Okay, so we have Mega Blastoise leading the party, of course, having the Blastoise Knight, and then we have Gujo, who's going to be our special wall, holding the Assault Vest. We have Skarmory, who's going to be our physical wall. She is holding the leftovers, and she has Stealth Rocks and whatnot. The usual set, Stealth Rocks, she doesn't have default. She has Stealth Rocks, Brave Bird, Toxic, Roost. Stealth Rocks, Brave Bird, Roost, Toxic, there we go. Yeah, and we have Infernape, who is going to be Life Orb this time around. Before he was Choice Band, but this time he is Life Orb, letting me be a little bit more free with attacks. So if I predict wrong, I can easily switch out or stay in and go for a different move if I outspeed and whatnot. And we have Galvantula, who's always going to be Focus Sash because she definitely comes in clutch when they don't have Stealth Rocks on the field, and then they're sweeping us, and we could get 2 hits off, or at least one good hit off, one solid hit off on a sweeper. And we have Slacking, who has a new item. Instead of being Life Orb, I have changed him to Choice Scarf. So he's Choice Scarf because he is the second fastest on the team, I believe, while Infernape and Galvantula tie for 176 speed. And Slacking is normally 167 speed if fully invested in speed and has a beneficial nature in speed. So we gave him a Choice Scarf to outspeed potential threats. It's come in handy against certain teams, but you'll see how he plays a part in this battle. Alright, so let's start off the battle. There's going to be a point in time where I speed up part of the battle. So anyway, he leads with Spiritomb. I go for the U-turn, because I was thinking he could go for Will-O-Wisp right away, but I don't think he's going to make that play right off the bat. So I U-turn, I go into my Stellaria, the Staraptor, the Skarmory, and he goes, Spiritomb goes for Trick, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I see what's already going to happen here. So you trick me, get my leftovers, and I have Choice Scarf Skarmory now. So I see, I'm like, okay, I go back to my Rise, the Infernape, and I go for Flare Blitz, because I expect him to switch into the Wobbuffet or the Tornadus. Well, actually, I didn't really expect him to switch into Tornadus. I just thought he would go for another Protect. I hard switch out because the Toxicroak definitely has Sucker Punch. He goes for a Fake Out, and I'm like, oh, well, Toxicroak also has Fake Out, but we played good right here. Here's the funny part. I guess he thought I was going for Brave Bird, but I already figured out his whole plan after he went for Trick on Skarmory. It's to Choice Scarf somebody into an attack and then get Wobbuffet out there to Shadow Tag you so you can't switch, and then you Destiny Bond them, or you counter them. So basically use counter and then they get pushed back and you kill their walls or whatever that you can't take out. He encores me and he says whoops, and I'm like, yeah, why'd you encore me? I have Choice Scarf, I'm already locked into one move, and I went for Toxic on purpose. Anyway, I stayed in Toxic after he switched out and went to Toxic Rogue. Just in case he wanted to go for a poison type move, and he did, and he goes for a Drain Punch, so I switch out and go to Gujo. Gujo eats up the hit. I switch out and go back in Stellaria to change my mode of attacking. First of all, I went for Toxic the first time. This time I'm going for Stealth Rock, because it's so obvious that he's going to go into a Wobbuffet. His Wobbuffet's already toxic, but it's so obvious he's going to Wobbuffet. That's his trap. His trap is to trap a Pokemon that's scarfed into an attack. I'm like, that's too obvious. So he's going for Tickle, and I'm just like, I can't switch, so I'm going to go for Stealth Rock repeatedly, and he's gonna keep using Tickle. So right here, I'm just like, this makes no sense, but the fact that he thinks I'm not gonna switch after he switches is highly unlikely. So he thinks that I'm not gonna switch, I'm guessing, after he switches out, but I'm definitely gonna switch. Why would I stay in if I'm scarfed? Like, he messed up the moment he scarfed Skarmory. I realized that now. I thought I was in a bad position, but I was like, I'm really not. Anyway, he goes into Bisharp, and I'm like, finally I can switch. So I switch out, and he goes for Pursue, and I'm like, ooh, touche, because you know I have to switch. I go into Rise the Infernape, and I'm like, I can definitely Mach Punch you. So I do. He switches into his Wobbuffet, of course, resisting. I guess he thought he could Shadow Tag my Rise the Infernape, but no, you can't, because I have U-turn. And down goes Wobbuffet, because I planned that. I was like, I know he's going to think he can Shadow Tag me in. I was like, I guess you didn't see the first turn I used U-turn on your Spiritomb. So yeah, that's going to go down. That Wobbuffet's down and out. Tornadus is out really early too by the Flare Blitz. So anyway, I switch out expecting the Will-O-Wisp here, and he goes for a Protect. I'm like, he could have honestly went for a Trick, but I was like, there's no point for him going for Trick because of the leftovers he's holding. And I go for Flare Blitz. He doesn't go for another Protect, which is really interesting, and I do a lot of damage to his Spiritomb. He goes for Torment, and I'm like, it doesn't matter because I fainted, which is my plan. I go into Mr. Bubbles, the Mega Blastoise, and we go off with a crazy Dark Pulse and knock out the Spiritomb. He didn't even protect against that to scout what I was going to do, so I didn't care. I was like, that's really good for me. Anyway, he Sword Danced. I stay in. Probably predicting me to switch, but I go for the Water Pulse, boosted by Mega Launcher. Oh my god, Bisharp is almost down to like nothing. Anyway, he goes for Sucker Punch. Me expecting that, I switch to the Stellaria. Now, mind you, I'm Scarf, so the moment he keeps going for physical attacks, such as Sucker Punch, is really not going to help him, because I'm just going to lock myself in the Roost. Now, here's the best part of this video. So he goes for another Sword Dance. I'm going for Roost, obviously, so he can't Sucker Punch me. Obviously because I'm locked into it because I'm Choice Scarf now that the Spiritomb has tricked me. Anyway, he goes for Pursuit after Sword Dancing 2 more times. I'm just like, that Pursuit damage is kind of pitiful. I expected Bisharp to like get me down to like near the death zone. Anyway, he continuously pursues me. This would probably be the part where I speed up the video, but I see there's no point because the rate of the battle is going pretty fast. So yeah, he continuously pursues me for what seems like, I think, 8 turns or so, or 10, almost 10 turns. I think it's 10 turns because it started at 26 or 23 turns, and it's like the 32nd turn. He's still pursuing me, and I'm still roosting. So I'm like, thank you, Showdown, for maxing out Roost. I also have, I think, PB Max on my Skarmory in my Alpha Sapphire game, but that's neither here or there. But he's gonna continue to pursue, and he's just like, I'm just like, oh man, I wish I wasn't Scarfed. Even though at the same time, I'm like, I'm so happy I'm Scarfed. I'm just letting him think he's getting me where he wants me to. My position on this is that I keep roosting until I get into struggle, because once I struggle, I knock him out. I'm just hoping it kills and whatnot. So I'm just like, this guy is really letting me do this. Anyway, I'm like, I'm gonna keep roosting, and then he got a crit at one point. It passed already, but I lived and I got everything going on with the Roost still. He's continuously pursuing me. I'm like, he should have never did this. And I'm like, well, I only got two Roosts left, man. And I'm just like, I want to keep pursuing me because I'm definitely going to kill him with a struggle. So I'm roosting again. I'm just like, he's like, why not switch? And I'm like, I can't. And he's like, yes, you can. And I'm like, why would I switch? So you can get extra damage off on me and then you could destroy the rest of my team? Anyway, I go for struggle and knock out the Bisharp. Knock out the Bisharp with struggle. I was just like, what? Did he really just let me do that? And he's like, oh, I forgot about that. I'm like, I think everyone knows that Pokemon get struggle, especially when they're choice scarfed into a move or choice banded or whatever, choiced into anything, and they don't have any more PP for that move. They instantly go for struggle. So I'm like, there's my attacking move. That was all I wanted out of that whole struggle right there. See what I did there? So yeah, that's all I wanted out of that. I just wanted to struggle and kill his Bisharp, because now that Bisharp's out of the way, I have a chance to just clinch this match. The thing is, it may seem like I'm winning by like a landslide right now, but I'm like, looking at the Pokemon on his team, he can definitely break apart the rest of the team I have right now. Like, he's destroying my Mega right now. And me having that pride with centering this whole team around the Mega, I'm like, I'm not gonna let you kill Mr. Bubbles Kingdra. You can keep going for Surfs and Dragon Pulses, and I go for Dark Pulses, and I switch out because he's gonna go for, I don't know, a Dragon Pulse, and I switch into Goodra because I know Goodra can take it at least 1 or 2. So he goes for Surf, and I'm like, that's even worse because I'm definitely Soul Vested and I resist Water type. Anyway, he gets Leftovers Recovery, and I'm just like, okay, this is definitely going down. Just to be safe, I'm not gonna go for Draco Meteor just in case I want to keep Goodra in. So he proceeds to go for a Dragon Pulse, and I live, and I go for Earthquake and knock out the Kingdra. I'm just like, what game am I playing right now? What game is this? He really let me just struggle. I was stuck on that the whole time. I just struggled to kill the Bisharp, one of the most OP Pokemon in the game. Anyway, he goes into Toxicroak. I'm expecting the fake out. Toxicroak is a powerhouse, so I expect the fake out. I'm like, I don't want to send in Skarmory. I don't think Skarmory is dead at this point. He goes for the fake out. Slacking is here. Takes the damage. Remember, Slacking is Choice Scarf. At this point, I go for the Earthquake, and Toxicroak lives down on 1. Mind you, Toxicroak is not Focus Sash, it's Black Sludge. Anyway, he goes for the Drain Punch and nearly knocks out Slacking. I'm like, oh my goodness, so that's your other move. And I'm like, you have one more move, and I know it's definitely Sucker Punch. Anyway, I'm at 21% right here. I switch out of Slacking and go into Stellaria, expecting either the Drain Punch or the poison jab. I really do expect the drain punch at this point because of the HP problem that he's having with his toxic group. Anyway, he knocks out my Stellaria. I'm like, the only reason why I sent Stellaria in is so I could get an extra turn with slacking and at the same time give him hardly any HP back, because anybody else I would go into, they would, you know. And I have the Galvantula at the back with this focus sash just in case. He then proceeds to go for the Sucker Punch, as I predicted. Is not enough to kill slacking, which is very interesting. And I go for the Earthquake and crit kill him. Crit Earthquake, nice and win. Although the crit didn't matter because, as you saw before, the first Earthquake brought him down to 1 HP exactly. So that was just really weird that he wasn't focus sash, and he couldn't have been focus sash because I have Stealth Rocks. I set up Stealth Rocks in order to get this, just in case, in order for sashes, potential sash users to be broken, but Toxic Group definitely didn't have focus sash. It had Black Sludge, which allows it to gain HP back in between turns. With the Drain Punch combination, I do say it makes a very, very good strategy with Toxic Group. So yeah, I really enjoyed this battle. This battle was fitting to end. Ooh, there we go. So I like how Photoshop jumps out of nowhere when I'm recording like that. Just popped up out of nowhere. But anyway, I thought this was a really great battle to end off the series with the Blastoise, the Mega Blastoise team. These battles that we had with the Blastoise team, I thought it was a really good way to end it off. I just never thought I would destroy a Bisharp with struggle. That's all I know. That's all I could say about that. But with that, you guys already know what I'm gonna say. Mach Punch, I got a like button, like it, friend, break it, destroy it, do whatever you want with it. Just don't hit the dislike button because it makes me really, really sad. And you don't want to make anybody sad. That's not nice. See, it's not nice. It's you make people sad because you make people sad, so it's not nice. Anyway, subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Leave some comments in the section below. Tell me what you enjoyed about this video. This was our last battle with this team, so I hope you guys see this at least on Friday. Enjoy your Fridays, enjoy school, enjoy work, whatever you guys are doing. I just hope you check this video out and enjoy it, because I was just caught up with the struggle kill that happened. You don't kill with struggle. What? I don't understand that. But it happened. So yeah, the next team we're gonna be using is going to be crazy. We're not gonna be in the OU tier. It's gonna be a crazy tier. We're gonna be in the craziest tiers with the high OP Pokemon that no one uses if they play by Smogon. I don't know. Well, technically you can use those as long as both opponents, but both how would I say, both participants in the battle agree to that tier. It's not. I feel like there's not much thought in that tier. There's not much thought process going on there. It's composed of legendaries. That's a dead giveaway of what tier I'm going into. But it's just like you just throw them out, and if they resist it, then they resist it, and if they don't resist it, it's because you throw it out there because it has a monumentous, like, crazy gargantuan amount of HP, so you know it's not gonna die from like 1 hit or 2 hits. You know it's gonna die like after 5 hits because it's a legendary. So yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be in there, and the Mega we're gonna be using is gonna be crazy. This was requested by one of my followers on Twitter and actual IRL friend, so it's really cool that he suggested this. The team I'm actually using right now wasn't like I don't take teams that people give me. It would be really cool if I did, because I'd like to see you guys' thoughts and strategies with those teams. But currently, I've been just asking for right now I'm asking for Mega Pokemon, because I actually haven't gotten to use all the Megas since X and Y. I used only the Sinnoh Megas because I'm stubborn, and I recently just started using all the other Megas, and they're really fun to use. So as I said before, this team was built around Mega Blastoise. Thank you to Frozen Colress for suggesting the Mega Blastoise, because I actually really like the art of Mega Blastoise itself. So I always wanted to use it because it had those powerful cannons, you know, those 3 cannons that it has after Mega Evolving. So I was like, that's a really powerful art for that Pokemon. So I was like, I really have to use this. And now it's really one of my favorite Megas. I just love throwing Blastoise out and just attacking with it and just using those pulse moves. Too bad it has like so many good choices. Like, you want to choose between Water Pulse or Scald. Like, Scald is so beneficial to a team, you know. It's just so balanced. Like, you could Scald anything and it could potentially get burned. Or here, you have Water Pulse, which gets powered up by Mega Launcher plus Stab. So does Scald. It gets powered up by Stab, but it's not powered up by Mega Launcher. So it'd be crazy if there was a Mega Launcher version or Pulse version rather of Scald. Like, I don't know, like Pulse Scald or Scald Pulse, something like that. That would be insane because not only does it get boosted by Mega Launcher, but it would snag a burn, a 30% chance of snagging a burn. That would be too powerful. Plus it's stab, that would be too powerful. I might run a different Blastoise on my game as well. I might sometimes have Scald depending on the team, but this team, we have Toxic. We mostly work with Toxic, and I love Toxic how it works with this because Toxic just destroys your opponent. It just breaks their defenses down. They have a defensive Pokemon like Wobbuffet has a crazy amount of HP. Actually, I think Wobbuffet has the most HP on the whole team. The whole team Wobbuffet has the most. Max HP has the most. So it's really cool when you have a status ailment that can bring down a Pokemon within like 6 to 8 turns or so like that. So it's crazy. Yeah, but with that, subscribe if you guys enjoyed. I am going to be practicing with my other team. Hopefully that does just as well as the Mega Blastoise team. The Mega Blastoise team took me a while to get a hang of it. I think really adding a Choice Scarf user on this team helps, especially if it's Slacking, because Slacking comes in and slaps you and then leaves. As long as there's nothing that threatens Slacking too much, then I think it's okay to keep him in and waste a turn, but it's never too good to burn a turn. I don't use Slacking very often in the team. I use him kind of sparing. He's like sparingly I use him. Like if there's no one else to go into and I know he could do damage on them and I know he won't die from at least 1 to 2 hits, I'll throw Slacking in. He does the work. Anyway, subscribe if you guys enjoyed. If you have any friends that enjoy Pokemon as well, tell them to check out this channel and the content I'm providing. Also, we are trying our best, I believe, to work on the situation that's happening at Team Sigma right now. We are doing a GBL. It's kind of like the GBA battles if you've ever heard of them. But we basically take random Pokemon, obviously. We take random Pokemon that we want. We choose Pokemon. They tell us to tear and we choose Pokemon within those brackets and whatnot. And we make our own teams and whatnot. So it's crazy. I'm having fun so far. I haven't had another battle yet. I've only had one so far with someone, and I won. It was actually against what does he call himself now? I think his name is Ninja HD right now. Right now his name is Ninja HD. So he's one of my friends that I've met on Twitter. He's pretty cool. He's one of my first friends actually I met on Twitter, and ever since then we've been talking. He's pretty cool. He makes GFXs. I'm sure you've seen him. If you're not familiar with him, you could check him out. Check his channel out, Ninja HD. Check him out. I'll leave a link in the description below. But with that, I'm out of here. I've been talking too much. Bye.